Hi students, myself Payal Christie and you can subscribe my channel on YouTube for more videos. And today we are going to study the second part of the figure of speech. Priorly in the first session I have taught you total 6 figure of speech and today also we are going to study the another 6 figure of speech. Let's see the first one. The first figure of speech is litotes. In litotes, a negative expression with an affirmative sense means the expression is negative, but the sense which it makes it is positive. Now here one thing you have to remember is the negative words no, not and never are used. Whenever no, not or never are given in the sentences, you have to write litotes. Let's see the first example. You are not a beauty queen. So here the sentence is negative, not is used. But here if we take it into affirmative way, means you are not a beauty queen, means you are just an ordinary person. Okay, you look ordinary, not like a beauty queen. So here the word not is given. So this figure of speech is litotes. She is not the cleverest person I have ever met. Means what? That she is in the affirmative way if we take, she is the cleverest person I have ever met. And if we take it into negative way, she is not the cleverest person I have ever met. So here also not is given. Sachin Tendulkar is not an ordinary batsman. So Sachin Tendulkar is a very special batsman, we can say. He is not an ordinary batsman. Means he is not like other batsmen. He is a very unique or special batsman. So here also not is given. So whenever the negative words are given, no, not, never. So you have to write the figure of speech litotes. Oxymoron. Second figure of speech is oxymoron. A speech in which two words contradict. Contradict means opposite to each other. Now one thing you have to remember, this figure of speech is very easy because the opposite words are given together. In oxymoron, the opposite words will be given together. Now let's see the example. From example only you will come to know. She is pretty ugly. See now opposite words are used. Pretty, ugly. He was found missing. Opposite words found, missing. You are clearly confused man. Now here also the opposite words clearly and confused. So whenever the opposite words are given together, the figure of speech will be oxymoron. Transferred epithet. Now epithet means adjective. So whenever a speech in which an adjective qualifies a noun other than the person or thing it is actually describing. Now here in the adjective that qualifies a noun. Okay, we know that adjective means what? It qualifies a noun. But in this figure of speech, other than that of noun, that is whatever thing is described here, other than that of noun, that is person or thing, whatever is described, if any description is given with the word, you are supposed to write this figure of speech transferred epithet. Let's see the example. I had a wonderful day. Now here the day is described as a wonderful. So wonderful day it is given. So you are supposed to write transferred epithet. He passed a sleepless night. How was the night? The night was sleepless. A hateful eye can dishearten anyone. So here the eye is described. How is the eye? The eye is hateful. So whenever the describing words are given, you have to write transferred epithet. That is wonderful day, sleepless night, hateful eye. Onomatopoeia. Please remember the pronunciation of this figure of speech. Onomatopoeia. This figure of speech is basically related to sounds. Now this figure of speech is also very much easy. Whenever any sound is given in the sentence, you have to write onomatopoeia. Examples: the buzzing bee flew away. Now the sound of bee is given here, buzzing. The buzzing bee flew away. The dog said bow wow. Okay, now the dog's barking, that is we can say bow wow. Here also the sound of dog is given, bow wow. The snake slithered and hissed. So here the sound of the snake is hissed. So whenever the sounds are mentioned in the sentence, you are supposed to write onomatopoeia, buzzing, bow wow, hissed, etc. Remember this thing. It's very clear that whenever the sounds are mentioned, you have to write onomatopoeia. Antithesis. Now the meaning of antithesis is opposite. Now don't get mixed up with oxymoron. In oxymoron, the opposites are given together. But in antithesis, the opposites are not given together. Remember this thing. In oxymoron, the opposites are given side by side. But in antithesis, the opposites are not given together. So antithesis is also opposite words are used. It is used to put two different contrasting ideas together. Now different ideas are put together. Let's see the example. Life is full of hope and despair. Now see, two opposite words are used, hope and despair. Hope means asha and despair means nirasha. So two opposite words are used in the sentence, but in between a and d and is given. They are not used like oxymoron together. Many are called but few are chosen. Now here many and few. The opposite words are given and two contradict ideas are mentioned here. Internet has both good and bad use. So the opposite words are used, good and bad. So hope and despair, many and few, good and bad. So whenever the opposite words are given in the sentence, you are supposed to write antithesis. And the last one is internal rhyme. Here rhyming words are used. For example, the cattle fought a battle. So the rhyming words cattle and battle are used. He was walking and talking. So rhyming words walking and talking are used. The dog said bow wow. So here also the rhyming word bow wow is used. Okay, so whenever the rhyming words are used in the sentence, you are supposed to write internal rhyme. So here our another 6 figure of speech gets over and we shall study the remaining one in the third part. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.